The NBA dunk contest. What was once seen as one of the most exciting days of the NBA before playoffs is now seen as an embarrassment. And I'm sure you've seen on social media Shaq's face that used to look like this now looks like this. But why is this? Well, this is for many reasons, but sadly, those same reasons means it's only going to get worse. Now, off the bat, I want to start with how the dunk contest is organized. Sporting News summarizes the rules of the NBA dunk contest as the NBA All-Star Slam Dunk Contest is a 2-round competition in which 5 judges score each dunk on a scale of 6 to 10. The highest score a dunk can receive is a 50, while a 30 is the lowest. All 4 contestants will get 2 dunks in the first round. The 2 players with the highest combined score for their 2 dunks will advance to the final round. 2 finalists each get 2 dunks in the final round, and the dunker with the highest combined score with the 2 dunks of the final round will be crowned the champion. Except, those are basically the only rules for the contest. No attempt limits, no position requirements, no rules on grading besides a scale, and even a scale that isn't even 1 to 10. Well, actually that's a lie. The contest does allow for 3 attempts per competitor. But let's be honest, each competitor definitely took more than 3 attempts, such as Jalen Green. So this year, we have 2 shooting guards and 2 power forwards, and a lot of missed attempts. On top of that, 1 was a rookie, 2 were sophomores, and the other guy was someone that everybody was scratching their heads about. How much cooler would it have been if it was previous winners for the 75th anniversary, or more experienced dunkers? All of the best dunkers are power forwards and centers because of their height, but the NBA wants more 1s and 2s in the contest to show how high they can jump, which looks cooler. With no attempt limits, the excitement is ripped out of all of the dunks. Even if you have a 50 dunk, and I mean a true 50 dunk, something that's never been done, something that seemed superhuman. If you take 10 attempts to get it, it simply doesn't matter anymore. The excitement has been ripped out of it by all the missed attempts. And on the opposite side of things, an awful dunk, a truly awful dunk, is only given a 30 minimum, which still hasn't even happened yet. What happened to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of just 6 through 10? The lowest score given in a dunk contest is a 32, by Baron Davis, who tried to dunk blindfolded and missed, but somehow, by walking aimlessly and throwing a basketball randomly, he still did not get the lowest possible score of a 30. Now, admittedly, this next part is a bit of speculation, but at the end of the day, the NBA is a business, so it begs the question, does the NBA make special rules for publicity and advertising? For instance, which do you think gets more retweets? A 42 dunk or a 50? Which do you think gets more likes? Dunking a simple windmill or dunking over a motorcycle? But put simply, 50 dunks are given out way too forgivingly in this dunk contest in order to hype up the audience. This is made especially clear in terms of sponsors. In the 2011 dunk contest, Blake Griffin dunking over a Kia was the most hyped dunk of the night. The reason why? Kia was the sponsor. one of the first sponsors besides Sprite and AT&T. In doing so, Blake Griffin won the dunk contest, and not by coincidence, had a bunch of commercials by Kia around the dunk. On top of all this, the NBA is trying to figure out the best format for the final round. For a while, as you might expect, the player with the highest score won the finals. But in the late 2000s, with the rise of social media, the final round had been decided by fan voting. And after this year's All-Star voting, do I really need to get into the problems of fan voting? Year after year with this change, players that have had a better dunk score end up losing by voting. 2009, Dwight Howard with 2 perfect 50s loses to Nate Robinson with the 46 and a 41. 2010, DeMar DeRozan with the 92, again loses to Nate Robinson with an 89. 2011, JaVale McGee with the 99 loses to Blake Griffin that same Kia year with the 95. After these disasters, the NBA dunk contest reverted back to its highest score format. The problem as well with the dunk contest is simply the timing of the contest and the incentive for winning. Why would players risk injury for an all-star skills contest? Many players such as LeBron, Barkley, D-Wade, and so on have denied the invitation to the dunk contest on account of the risk. And others that have accepted it, such as Tracy McGrady, actually have injured themselves. The risk simply isn't big enough. That's why most of the contestants are rookies or younger players, wanting to make a name for themselves in the NBA, having not had many accolades yet. Older, more athletic dunkers simply don't care. They've already had all-star appearances, MVPs, and in some instances, championships. With the scoring format, low talent, and a bunch of missed attempts, the dunk contest is now just a series of lackluster performances.
Let's face it, Matt Barnes, at this point, every dunk imaginable has been attempted, and they've even succeeded with them.
Now, I know this point has been beaten into the ground, but one of the massive problems is the way the dunk contest is designed. It calls for an impossible task. In order to obtain a good dunk score, it needs to be creative. But in order to be creative, you also need to be original. Except, with 46 years of the dunk contest, everything has pretty much already been done. Plain and simply, there are limitations to the human body. There are only 2 choices. Go with something that's already been done, or try and push the limit and fail. Because of this, StatMuse reported this year the dunkers went 7 for 25 in the first round. This is just embarrassing. Now, players have branched out in a different way. Clothing. Cole Anthony this year dunked in Timbs, and many people before him have worn jerseys of previous players. Except, when does this also become too much? Is it already too much? What restrictions will the NBA have on this regarding their normal dress code? Rusty Buckets summarizes this in this clip.
Cole Anthony did a dunk with Tim's on. I understand that's like in the spirit of New York and all that, but it was very gimmicky, and I really have a problem historically with gimmicky dunks. It's like we're at a point where it's like it's hard to create anything original, and we're just sampling everything. It's like fucking music. We're just sampling all these other iconic dunks. And then it becomes a thing that I've noticed as a trend recently, which is real fucking weird, which is nostalgia bait in dunk contests. Like Donovan Mitchell having a Vince Carter jersey when he was doing a dunk. Or I guess I get it with Larry Nance Jr. with him wearing his dad's uniform. That one I guess is more fair to him. But you see stuff like that where it's like, hey, remember this guy? I think there was even like a Dr. Duncanstein one. Either way, that's a really weird one that keeps happening. I think even, yeah, fucking Juan, wasn't he wearing a Jason Richardson jersey? It's like, why do we have to do it like, hey, remember this former player? We're in the present right now. Make an iconic moment right now. Don't remind me of a former iconic moment. That one dunk that Donovan Mitchell did in the Vince Carter jersey was the one that Vince Carter did where he did the "it's over" right after. Like, what is that? Why are you recreating a dunk? Make your own fucking thing.
After almost 50 years in the dunk contest, what else can be done? But the big question is also, how can this be fixed? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I can't answer that question. But unfortunately, it seems the league can't either. What can make the dunk contest more exciting, other than the same thing every single year? The problem is, as the years go by, more and more dunks will have been done, and easier 50s will be given out, or worse and worse misses. I mean, what's more embarrassing than having a participant basically win by default this year? Unless the dunk contest is changed drastically, the dunk contest is only going to get worse and worse as it spirals downhill.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.